as we talked about last week, and as Nostradamus properly called, if the numbers weren't going to be correct on both sides for the Chiefs, then it was going to be deuces for Frank Clark, and that's what happened. Frank Clark was released this week, saving us around $21 million by releasing him. Obviously, from the reports, said both sides were nowhere near in the same stratosphere as far as what the Chiefs wanted him to take next year. So JD called that. Then another report, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that the team is bracing to lose McCole Hardman, who only played 8 games last year with that abdominal injury, and safety Juan Thornhill. Both are believed to have heavy interest in the open market. So my question to you, JD, is with the loss of these potential loss of these 3 guys, how impactful do you think this will be for our team this upcoming season?
Frank, now talking about him, Frank has been a guy that's been visible, high motor guy. When I'm talking about a locker room presence, media sensation, he gives all of that to Kansas City. And so that part of his contribution is going to be missed. It is. I mean, it's just the reality of it. Now, he may come back on the back end. I don't know how things may happen later on. We don't know. We don't know. But right now, I've said it. I knew when Brett Veach said that, they had a point in mind what they wanted, and Frank and them had a point in mind that they wanted too. And then they come into negotiations, and they were far apart. They dismissed each other, right? Oh, well, I'm sorry. Shook hands, man, we love you, but, this ain't going to work. We don't have it for you. We're not willing to sign you for that amount of money. But, Frank, man, for everything that you've gone to the Chiefs and what you've done, what needs to be celebrated, talked about. And so, like I said, man, hats off to it. I mean, Frank, man, he brought him. He brought what he could bring to the Chiefs. And I know there was a lot of disappointments as far as like his production, but made a statement here. Made a statement. So this is NFL, man. It's a business, pure and simple. It's a business. And so it happens every single year. You're going to see guys leave. We've seen Cheetah and Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, which we didn't think gone. So that's the NFL. Not for long. Maybe not for long with that team. You're going somewhere else and take your talents elsewhere. So nothing but the best for those guys. Nothing but the best for them.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it, but the big thing that a lot of people said with Frank Clark being a leader in the locker room, that's going to be one thing that's missed. He was kind of that big voice in the locker room on the defensive side. So that's going to be missed big time. But last week, it strikes me as that, because we talked about it, calling it GM speak last week while hearing Brett Veach talk and having you translate that, and you were spot on with it. And when the report came out of what happened, the Chiefs had a number in mind and they just weren't close on it. I mean, I can imagine in the conversation, Frank, he took a pay cut last year, to stay with the team and, to come back, and he wasn't going to do that 2 years in a row. We kind of said that was going to happen. How did you, we call it Nostradamus as a joke, as you calling the future, and you did on this one 100%. How did you know that was going to happen the way it did happen?
Because I've been in enough of those meetings and negotiations to know exactly what that speak means. I know exactly. I've been a part of those things. So I know the situations through and through. And just over the years of this, negotiating my contracts, or at least my guys negotiating contracts, and what's being said and what's being said to the media, what's being said to you, everybody they massage you a little bit with all the good things they want to say. And then also when it comes to the money talk, oh, well, we can't quite do this. We can't quite do it. It's like, okay, it's got to stand up and shake hands and then move on, And so that's what it is. Everybody's playing their position until it comes down to the nitty gritty. And so when you get into those talks, it's just what it is. And so you just it can't be personal, right? You could have done everything. You could have sawed off your leg to be on the team, and, they appreciate it. But you know what? Hey, they're always trying to replace you. They try to do it for less money. And so to them, they're not going to get emotionally invested into something like that when they know it's just all business. Because it happens every year. Guys come in, guys go out. guys leave. Guys retire. So I've known enough of that. I've seen enough of it. I've been a part of that enough of it to know exactly what that means. And it was the pageant answer, right? It's the media answer that, supposed to give. And hey, I'm not telling my hand. I'm just going to give you the old, hey, yeah, we're going to give it a good go. See how it's going to go, right? Behind closed doors, the Sharks and them, they going at it. Hey, I mean, this, you talk about a dog biting you. Oh, there's a lot of dog fights and bites and it going on in those meetings. I'm telling you. So that's why I know that. Just for the simple fact, man, you look past the words. Look past the words. You know how negotiation is, man. It's cutthroat in the NFL.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of dogs in those meetings.
Oh man, yeah. Look, and you better have a big dog to fight with you. It's on your squad. He can't be no little dog coming up here, man, talking about that. No, you better have a wolf coming in talking about the things you need to do. That's why people talk about Lamar Jackson just kind of going off this point, and his mom being his agent, a part agent. Well, she does part of it. But if you want somebody fighting for you, can you think of a better person than your mom to talk about how good their son is?
True. It's true. Yeah, that's the point. Everyone says that. Well, his mom's a problem. It's like, well, we're talking about someone advocating for you. I think mom being our biggest fans. I mean, I think that's a pretty good person to do that.
Moms, brothers, sisters, I'm gonna have family first negotiate for me. They're gonna be in my best interest,
Mm-hmm.
So there are people, of course, like look how it's working out now and stuff like that. So I just think, how everything's happening out there with Lamar, man, is that's the business. It's crazy business.
Ruthless.
Oh yeah.
But that's the reason why we call you Dunstradamus. So everyone gets that right. That's why we call it JD Dunstradamus. And I don't know if you saw the Dunstradamus photo I sent over to you.
I did. Loved it.
One more thing about Frank Clark. Classy by the organization. Obviously, Frank Clark was Brett Veach's first big time acquisition. He did that. Then a couple years later, did the Orlando Brown trade, but that was his first big time trade. So came here, got 2 Super Bowls, was a part of some of the best runs we've seen, and hopefully continues. But the Twitter page, they released the whole video thanking Frank. It was really nice. It also let the hand to me that I don't think he's coming back. Even I know some people want him to come back, and I wouldn't mind him coming back on a nice short term deal. But when you having thank you videos being tweeted out, I think it's goodbye for real.
He said sealed up. They do the video, then like as you get with the cap in the air, just kind of,
Well, because the 3 videos they put out in the last 2 days was EB. He's gone. He's OC in Washington. Chad Henne retired. They did a video for him. And then Frank Clark. He didn't retire, but he's gone. And I don't think he's coming back.
Retract the video. Hey, he's back. He showed it like it's like, yeah, man. I kind of agree with you. Yeah, you do the goodbye video. See you later. It might seal the deal.
Yeah. It's the girlfriend giving you all your clothes back. It's like, we still got a shot, do we? Probably not. This is it. Like, she's giving you all your clothes back. That means you ain't going back to her place ever again. It's probably time's up.
Right. Yeah.
Run its course.
You gotta do something really good to get back in that position.
Yes, sir. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.